think free testing for COVID-19 at this point seems entirely misguided. And I can't believe there's any scientists out there who are actually saying this is a good idea. By not having free tests, we lose sight of what's happening with the pandemic. And we also really disadvantage people who can't afford to buy tests. And it's been one of the strengths of the approach we've had in the UK is that everybody's been able to have an equal amount of knowledge about whether they are infected or not. Not everyone's had the same ability to protect themselves, but at least we could all find out whether we were infected. And now that there will be a massive inequality because people who can't afford to buy tests won't. And they're the people who are going to get it and spread it unwittingly because they won't know whether they've got COVID or not. Number one bit of information you need in a pandemic is who's got an infection, where are the infection hotspots, what's going on. If you decide you're not going to test, then you don't have that information. Kind of by definition, you don't have that information. And then do we know when a new and possibly more deadly variant arises? We won't spot that if we're not collecting any data. It just seems an incredibly foolhardy thing to do. I think we also have to think about not just, people who are fit and well vaccinated learning to live with the virus and basically start ignoring it, which seems to be what our government would like, but actually what it means for the more than 5 million people who are vulnerable in some way in this country. If they can't test themselves, if people visiting them can't test themselves, actually life gets more dangerous from them if we don't have a picture of what's going on with Omicron. So I think this is discriminatory against the vulnerable as well as against people with low resources. To borrow an analogy from my colleague, Dr. Riker, it's a bit like turning off the radar before the end of the Battle of Britain. If we stop getting information about what's happening, we will not be able to prevent things getting worse, which unfortunately they still might.